Dixon.
Collins.
We are going to do this again.
We're going to do this again. So, I'm going to start now, yeah? I'm here speaking with the wonderful, titillating, tantalizing Cws Collins. Cws, it's an honor to be interviewing you. This is a first, you know. I've done Maya and I've done Nelson and many others. So now I'm actually interviewing you. The reason for this interview today is just so that we can gaff, as they say. I wanted to ask you a little bit more about International Women's Day and the event that you're about to put on in Guyana. Why? Why is the question? Why?
That's a good question. The question, first of all, Sherry Ann Dixon, thank you. This is indeed an honor to be interviewed by you. 2 years ago, you were on the other side of the camera. So this is indeed a village doing what it needs to do to make something happen. The question that comes to mind as you ask that is why not? Why not? Because a few months ago, you landed in Guyana. I called you and I asked, can you speak to the young women who have appeared on my Guyanese Youth series? Your answer was yes. And then I said, well, let's expand this a little.
Yeah.
Let us invite more mature, prominent women in the society and to introduce them to these amazing young women who are empowered, have used their empowerment to start from where they are, using what they have to do what they're doing. And also to show them that these young women are not sitting idly by waiting for a handout. But also to introduce this group of young women, to show them that they are women who have made it, not without their struggles, not without their challenges, but they continue to climb. And this escalated into something beyond our imagination.
Brand Youth.
The genesis of Brand Youth.
Yeah.
Emerging through generation was the theme. Featured speaker yourself, Sherry Ann Dixon, and then we had a series of young women who came up and told their stories. Well, shortly thereafter, you said to me, Selwyn, we should do an International Women's Day celebration in Guyana.
Yes, because I suddenly realized I quite like Guyana and that I wanted to stay a little bit longer, and how poignant it was that we were talking about celebrating women and International Women's Day was coming up. So Selwyn gets on a plane and goes home, and then he flies back again in 2 weeks' time. People are going to think you own Guyana Airways. But just tell us a little bit about why you keep coming back and giving back before we move on to the next journey.
That's a very good question. I was born here.
Okay.
I was raised and nurtured and educated here in my earlier years. And so I feel an obligation to give back to Guyana. Also realizing that Guyana is on the verge of an economic boom.
Yes.
I realized that if the consciousness of our people are not elevated, and I'm not being presumptuous in saying this because I've been listening to the chatter, the political chatter, the sociological chatter about what's happening in Guyana among our youth, among the people. Yeah. Women are constantly being abused, disenfranchised. I've seen recordings or tapes where a woman has been decapitated, disemboweled. I mean, these are things that have really touched me deeply. Why? I have 6 sisters who have done a lot for me to raise me. I'm the last of 9 children. A mother who have nurtured me and have taught me a lot about women and about life. But going back to the question, I realized that if I can just do my part, by imparting some of the knowledge and the wisdom I have acquired over the years, a lot of people don't know, one of the messengers that have come into my life and function as a mentor as well. I believe that I can make a difference. So I'm hoping that by doing something positive, I can inspire and motivate others to do likewise.
I keep nodding my head, and I don't have an illness, but it's because I actually believe in everything that you say, and I've actually seen you do it. I've seen you share with me, and I've seen you share with others, and it's a great feel-good factor to do that. And the impact is not just for our own self-gratification, it's for the benefit of many who sit in the crowd and watch the event display itself. And so for that, I'm really thankful and happy that you've invited me to be part of that journey. So, Selwyn, tell me a little bit about the journey that we're about to embark upon again.
You know, I love to say it takes a village.
Yeah.
Because we get visions. And there are times when the vision frightens you because you look at your resources and feel this is not possible. But this started last year with CW's 5th anniversary, where I invited people to come to Guyana and celebrate with me. Many said it was a crazy idea, but
4
it was
days,
success.
wasn't it?
5 days.
5 days.
Five.
Wow.
Yes, it was successful.
Yeah.
And I think it set the tone and the stage for what I'm doing now. January, when we did the Emerging True Generations Women Empowerment, that was not planned. But it began, it was the genesis of the Brand Youth.
Yes.
Now we're about to embark on the second brand new series of events. Now, Press for Progress, celebration of in honor of International Women's Day.
Yeah.
I am here now, and I shouldn't be, but I'm here. And I was invited by the Minister of Indigenous Affairs. And again, talking about taking a village, I asked, my friend Sherry Ann Dixon is in the country, and she's never been to Region 9, the Rupununi, and she would like to go. And the first thing was yes. And I said, don't kid me. Yes, it's done, settled. And we went into the Rupununi, we landed at Surama, and then we visited the Bina Hill Institute, where the minister spoke, and then we addressed the young people. Now, I am in preparation to return to New York and come back to Guyana for the International Women's Day celebration on March 8th. It sounds crazy, but I don't think it is. I think when you have a vision and you are passionate about the success of that vision, when you believe in what you're doing, then these things are just par for the course.
Yes. And I have to point out to people who are going to watch this mini video, these things are not done because we have an abundance of money hidden in some bucket somewhere hidden in our houses. We are trying, and we ask for help of other Guyanese community.
Yes.
I know that the Minister of
Indigenous
Affairs
Honorable Minister Sidney Alicock.
Yeah.
Right? Evie, who is the owner of Java Cafe, volunteered her services to help us out.
Yes.
Red Entertainment.
Do you actually believe that there are certain people who are born to do this? Because the question is why? Why are we doing what we are doing, really?
Sherry, that's a good question you're taking. I have to believe that.
Okay.
Because if you had asked me 2 years ago, or told me 2 years ago, I would have been part of a forum or producing a forum where I'll be speaking to women. I'd say, oh hell no. Me? What qualifies
crazy?
me to do this? Are you crazy? But here's an interesting thing I've learned in this journey is that the way you think it's going to unfold could be your greatest hindrance. And so sometimes you need to be still and let things take hold or take root. How could you play small? How could you think about your challenges and what can't be done other than making that step forward? Sherry, it was you, in a way, who caused this, because after the Emerging True Generations event, you said, let's do this on March 8th. I couldn't say no. So yes, I believe some people are born to do things, and once you believe that, it's part of your purpose.
Yes.
The the opportunities, the circumstances appear. You just have to believe.
You just have to believe.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to believe.
Sherry, let me ask you this question. Why did you say yes?
Why did I say yes? Yes, that's a good question. And now I have to think about the answer. I truly believe that Guyana needs help. I believe that there are a lot of people who are doing their thing and they're in their own little cocoon. And if we could just help people merge them together and make them that family, make them the village, then we will help some people to then help another. Because I have this thing that I say, if I only help one person, every time I speak, then that is my goal. And I believe in the businesses that we've helped so far. So why not do 100 more?
Yes.
Because the capacity probably will be about nearly 200, 150 to 200. So every time we bring these people into our space, it's not just us. We're just the facilitators, but we've got other people who are in the crowd who are listening, and they can say, I can, and I will.
Yes.
I always say my mantra is I can and I will, and now I've added on I have. So I want to inspire some young woman someplace to do the same thing. And that's the reason why I did it. Plus it just gives me an opportunity to stay in Guyana a little bit longer before I go back. I was meant to go to St. Lucia and then back to Barbados, then back to London. But this gives me an opportunity to learn about my home. This is where I was born. This is my country. And I don't know enough about it. And I'm writing my book, and this is an opportunity to add a little flavor to my book by learning as I go along. I want to ask you, what is the event about? Now I want you to tell people, what is the event about, where is it, and why it's important for them to be there.
The International Women's Day event. Well, it was I heard about it before, and when Sherry said let's do it, and I said yes, at that time I wasn't really thinking, but I started to think afterwards, and I realized what an important idea to empower women, to celebrate women. Imagine a world where women are able to have an education, where women are able to speak freely and earn their own income without fear of retribution or violence. Imagine a world where women are equal to men in terms of pay and other things. Imagine a world where women are not fearful of speaking up, are not fearful of allowing their gifts and talents to be used in an impactful way. That to me makes sense. I've come from a family of women who have nurtured me, and other women, other strangers who have nurtured me along the way. My mother has taught me a lot about life, and just imagine I have an opportunity to share some of these snippets of wisdom with other people. International Women's Day celebration on March 8th is going to be at the Marian Academy on Carifesta Avenue. It starts at 6:30 p.m. and ends at 9 p.m. It's going to be an amalgamation of presentations by some phenomenal women, but also there'll be some entertainment in the midst of it. But what I am excited about is to see the repeat and more of what Emerging Through Generations gave to us at the National Culture Center on January 19. To imagine being in an environment where women are empowered, where they feel safe, where they feel inspired and motivated to talk about their journey and to talk and to share with each other. Imagine if that can be replicated after March 8th. Come out and be part of this. This is going to be transformational. You yourself will be able to go back into your own community and talk about this experience and encourage other women. We need you. You are the heart and womb of our nation. Come out and be empowered.
Well, I am so happy that you have decided to do this, and I thank you on behalf of the many women of Guyana, well, many women around the world, but many women of Guyana, for having the audacity, the tenacity
Yes.
to do something like this. So on behalf of all the women that I know, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sherry and Dixon.
You're welcome.